Jeff Buckley, you and I. Yet another Legacy Recordings release, posthumously, now coming up on 20 years since the death of one of the most brilliant singer-songwriters to have ever graced us with his presence. I didn't mean for that to be a pun on the only true studio album he released by the name of Grace. But it truly is something that is the best way to describe what he brought to this plane of existence. He brought us grace. He brought us fantastic music. He brought us thoughtful insights into the human condition, and he brought us artistic integrity and heights and artistic heights that I would dare say have perhaps not been touched since, if not before. Which begs the question, why do we have another compilation album released? This was released back in the summer of last year, being 2016. I'm just getting to it now. Why do we have yet another release purveyed over by his mother, the lovely Mary Guibert? I've said this before in reviewing other Jeff Buckley material in previous episodes that I have a mixed feeling relationship with the material that has been released since his death. But being a huge Jeff Buckley fan, I understand that there is an appetite in the general public for as much material as we can possibly get. This album consists of 10 tracks, all of which were recorded during the Grace sessions. When he was recording Grace, they had two rooms set up at the recording studio. One was for down-tempo, low-key, acoustic-style tracks, and the other set up for the more rock, straight-ahead rock and roll songs that were recorded during the Grace album sessions. This one is just Jeff and his guitar, and of the 10 tracks, there was only one, two that are not commercially and officially release available. That would be the form that I can remember. That would be a track called Poor Boy Long Way From Home and I Know It's Over, which is perhaps not only being the last song on the record, perhaps being the most, certainly the most poignant, and perhaps the best song on the record. If you haven't picked this up yet and you're a Jeff Buckley fan, then of course you will pick it up, because if you're a collector like me, you have to have everything. If you're a Jeff Buckley fan but wonder about the integrity of continuing to release material long after his death, I would say skip this. If you have previous releases, almost all the material that's on here is available in different versions, of course. Quite a few tracks that are on this album are available on the Legacy 3-disc re-release reissue of Live at Chennai, which may be hard to find now, but you can probably get your hands on it, which is another great compilation record that I would highly recommend. And you will be a completist if you pick this up. If you're not a collector as much as you are a music fan, then I would say skip it. It's good. It doesn't provide any new insight into the musical inner workings of Jeff Buckley, but it doesn't detract anything as well. That's always an issue when buying posthumous releases. You worry that the material that you're getting after the fact will not live up to the original material that you fell in love with. That has not happened with Jeff's legacy. It's been well maintained and well preserved. So kudos to his mother on that front. And as always, being a huge Jeff Buckley fan, I recommend you go get this. Again, if you're not a completist, skip it. go back, listen to the Grace sessions. If you can, I would definitely recommend picking up the 3-disc Legacy edition of Live at CNA. There's a lot of material on there that wasn't previously available on the original EP, and it really opens up the breadth of Jeff's talent and his the sheer musical knowledge that he had, the amount of songs that he could perform, both of his own and, of course, the numerous covers that he knew. You and I by Jeff Buckley. Skip it, generally speaking, unless you're a fan. This has been episode 64 of Album a Day Online. My name's Daryl. I've been your critic. Don't stop discovering new music. Don't stop looking for new music. Don't stop listening to music. Find yourself a little bit of time, if you can, each day to sit yourself down and just immerse yourself without any distractions. Your brain and your soul will thank you. Be nice to each other. See you again in another episode.